Hi, welcome back to Living the New Thought Way. And I'm Robert, and I want to welcome you here. I'm affiliated with the Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles and the satellite center called Agape Bay Area in the Oakland, Berkeley area. So I want to welcome you here to Living the New Thought Way. And as time goes on, we'll get more into what the New Thought teachings are. The intention of this podcast was to share my experiences of working with spiritual teachers from the past and the present. And we'll get into all of them that I'm aware of over time. But today, what I wanted to do was continue on from my first podcast, and podcast was called number one. Is it easy, effortless, and enjoyable? And I shared about that. And now we're moving into part two, which has to do with the 10 clearing questions. And I learned all of this from Rochelle Myers, who I worked with. I was one of her clients years ago. She's no longer with us in the physical. And she came up with these 10 questions, which I call clearing questions. And she put them in a book, and she co-taught a course with um, Michael Ray, and it's called Creativity in Business. And it's still available. You can get it at Amazon. And even though it says Creativity in Business, and it was taught at the Masters of Business EMBA program at Stanford, it can be used for any area of your life. It is not out of date, even though it was published in 1986. It still has valuable information in it. And again, you can use it for any area of your life: relationships, abundance, creativity. What do you want to do next in life? So, as Rochelle called it, making your life a work of art. So you can pick that book up. But I've also had direct experiences of working with Rochelle. So I'm just not reading something from a book. I've had direct experience with her. I knew her for many, many, many years. She had a school in San Francisco called the Myers Institute for Creative Studies, and I was one of her students there and graduated in her program and was authorized to teach her courses. And was called Getting Clear at the time. She also had a school across the street from the medical center where she was director of volunteers. And again, that was called the Myers Institute for Creative Studies. And again, she also taught at Stanford with co-professor Michael Ray. So we're going to get into the 10 questions today, but I want you to always come from this place of love for yourself, right? So you've heard these phrases, some of you, from your head, from your brain, from your head to your heart. It's only what, 12 inches or so. So I'm asking you to come down into your heart and soften and just be with yourself, be very present as we go into this personal experience of working with these 10 questions. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, I just wanted to say, I'm so glad you're here. I'm really touched that you would tune into my podcast if this is your first time or your second time. So thank you for being here. So we're going to go over the 10 questions, and I'm going to do this quickly. So in other words, I'm going to read the questions to you, and I'm going to give you so you won't have time to probably write them down. You can rewind this and pick the questions up later. And I'll give you about 10 seconds to contemplate them. So you can just contemplate the questions, or you can jot something down. So you might want to get a pen and a piece of paper. I'll give you a little time to do that. And so what we want to do now is we want to move into this place of tuning within and moving into your heart. And we're going to just take a moment and settle in and kind of I invite you to close your eyes and just be with yourself for a moment. Connect with yourself. Feel this feeling of what I call divine oneness within. Just make contact with yourself within. Feel the presence. What I call, again, divine oneness. Just center. Take a breath in, let it out, breathe. Another one, breath in, let it out, and just breathe at your own pace. Yes. So let's begin with the 10 questions. I'm going to just reach over here and get them here. I have them written down. So there's introduction questions, and I'm going to go through those, and then we'll go through the 10 questions. And so let's begin. So these are the introductory questions. And the question is, what would you like to get clear about today? What would you, yes, you, what would you and me like to get clear about today? And it has an add-on. I'd like to get clear about my relationship to, and then it's blank. So you fill in the blank. What would you like to get clear about today? I'd like to get clear about my relationship to, fill in the blank. And the next part of that is, what is it about whatever you put in the blank? What is it about blank that isn't clear? What is it about whatever that was or is that isn't clear? Just be with that. You don't have to come up with an answer now. You just contemplate it. Now let's move into the 10 questions. Number 1 has 3 parts, A, B, and C. So 1A is, what is the goal you would like to achieve? What is the goal you would like to achieve in regards to what you want to get clear about today? What is the goal you would like to achieve? And the next part of that is, what solutions have been attempted so far? What have you attempted so far in regards to what you want to get clear about? And 1C is, what is it about these attempts that didn't work? What was it that didn't work about these attempts in regards to what you want to get clear about today? Question 2 is, what is your feeling regarding the situation? And they define feeling as anger, hurt, fear, or sorrow. Anger, hurt, fear, or sorrow. What is your feeling regarding the situation that you want to get clear about today? What is your feeling? Just be with that. You're doing great. And number 3 is, what is your attitude regarding the situation? What is your attitude regarding the situation? And they define attitude as a state of mind. And they give some examples here: judgment, criticism, contempt. What is your attitude regarding the situation that you want to get clear about today? Now, number 4, sometimes people react to this one. This question's challenging, and you don't even have to answer it. You can skip it if you like, or you can be with it and see what bubbles up later. But here's the question: what benefits do you receive from having this situation in your life? Could there be a benefit to this? What benefits do you receive from having this situation in your life? If you can't think of anything, that's okay. Again, you're doing great. You're doing good. And number 5, what is the reality of the situation? What is the reality of the situation? Like, what's really going on here? What's the truth about it? What is the reality of the situation? And number 6, what would you like to see happen? What would you like to see happen with this? What would you like to see happen? Hang in there. We're on number 7. Number 7 is, what else would you like to see happen in regards to the situation that you want to get clear about today? What else would you like to see happen? Now we're at number 8. What do you and me, what do you need to do at this time regarding the situation? What do you need to do? And number 9 is, how would your life be different if this situation were changed? How would your life, how would my life, how would your life be different if this situation were changed? How would it feel if the situation were changed? And we're coming home now to number 10. Number 10 is, what one thing are you willing to change? Just what one thing? What one thing are you willing to change? And me too, to make this be what you would like it to be. I'll read it again. What one thing are you willing to change to make this be what you would like it to be? Just write something down. You can come back to it later. What would you like it to be? So those are the 10 questions. And just be with them. See if something percolates, see if something percolates during the week. And I did want to, but you did great. I keep wanting to reassuring you that you're doing great. You're doing fantastic. You're doing wonderful, because you're taking the time to look within and see what the truth is within yourself. Now, what I wanted to do also is, I was thinking about, you probably know this already, but Abraham Lincoln had a lot of failures, but I don't like to use the word failure. And I'm going to use the word challenges. So I'm going to just read some of his challenges. President Lincoln, well, he wasn't president yet in 1832, but 1832, failed in business. Defeated in Illinois state legislature, in the legislature race, 1832. His wife died, 1835. Then he had a nervous breakdown in 1936. And then lost the nomination for U.S. Congress in 1843. Rejected for land officer appointment in 1849. Lost for the U.S. Senate to Stephen Douglas in 1858. Look at all these challenges that this Lincoln faced. And then in 1860, he was elected president of the United States. And then he was reelected again in 1864. So here's someone that had a lot of challenges. And these are all his challenges on the right side, and these are all his successes on the left, but we don't have time to go over them all because I don't want to bore you with too much. So just know that if Lincoln had challenges and could succeed, therefore I know that if you have challenges, you can succeed. And let's call them opportunities. So there's always opportunities to succeed. Just keep moving forward in your life. My message to you is don't give up, never give up. Keep moving forward, keep expanding. So if I had to give you an activity to do, and that activity would be, where did I write that? Here we go. My activity would be for you is be with the 10 questions this week, contemplate them, rewind this, and you can listen to them again and see what, again, what bubbles up. And just be gentle with yourself. Be kind, okay? And I think what we're going to do for the next podcast is, I'm going to go way back to basics, and I know that a lot of you are really advanced and deep, but there may be some new people here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go way back and we're going to go back to the basics and we're going to cover visualization. And I'm going to share with you a story in my life, how I visualized something. And it was pretty wonderful what the result was and what was demonstrated from that visualization. And so I want to leave you with two things. First, I want to leave you a quote from Howard Thurman. And he says, I'm going to read it twice. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Let me read it again. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. What makes you come alive? And then go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And quote Howard Thurman. And we're going to end this with a short non-denominational prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes. And just let's be thankful for today that you have given yourself time to contemplate the depths of yourself so the truth bubbles up. So we're just thankful for this, knowing that there is one divine, loving presence that I call God or Spirit or whatever name that you like to use. And we just feel this presence deep within. We go deep within once again, deep within the I had a teacher that called it the ocean, feeling the oceanic, the ocean within, just feeling divine oneness within. And then I'm just so thankful for this time. And in this high vibration, this high consciousness of truth, I release this affirmative prayer into what I like to say, the loving law that always says, yes, I release it, I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. So peace and blessings to you. Have a wonderful week. I'll get back to you with visualization next podcast. You can always leave something in the comments for me. I do read them. So peace and blessings. Have a wonderful evening, day, morning. Okay, bye-bye.